All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Blitz World Series action coming at you here in the Pro Division. We got Luke, the Jedi in yellow, fighting at the US of A on the left here. We got Ardee, the Iron Man, in red, fighting at the UK on the right. So Luke looking tough this month. No way around that. Luke's looking super tough off a couple nice victories, a couple very close losses to both Legend and Quas, who are looking beast mode this month. Ardee, like I said, Ardee been kind of off the last 2 weeks. Just coming back in today, had a loss to Marsh, but then a win against Zed. So we shall see here. I love this opening from Ardee. He's been mixing things up. We did see this earlier today. Luke should have had this scouted. I think Luke should have seen this coming. This is how Ardee's been opening here with Soviet conscripts and rhinos across the top side. Here's the counter to this. Straight down the gut. He can make you pay the price. 2 rhinos, probably not going to be enough to do it. If you would have had a 3rd rhino there, that's the counter. They'll go right down the gut. We've seen that happening all month long, even at the top level. So if you are going to commit to this top or bottom side, really got to be careful. And now Luke really juicing up on the bottom side here. The fodder involved. Ardee has to be very careful as the Desolator comes on the top side to chase off those conscripts. Ardee now looking somewhere to go with those conscripts. Try to get some value out of them early game here. Ardee does hold the position on the bottom. Both players scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Luke having to... Oh, and the conscripts trying to get into that tent. About a second too late. The Desolator cleans them all out. And as far as early value goes here, that's going to put Ardee a little bit behind. But that early radar, that early Desolator, it is a bit annoying for the Soviet player. It throws off their build, and it's not the economy they want to come into the early mid-game with, as you see Luke bottoming out as well. So Ardee has a couple of drones out to counter the Desolator, so he should be able to handle this here, as Ardee now pumping more fodder, very confident in his ability to cancel out this Desolator to be bringing... Oh, he's taking the huts. Okay, so he's going to juice up those tents fully. That's a pretty good move, I think, here, especially against the Desolator. It keeps them from creeping in. Now Ardee bounces to the bottom side here, starts harassing that power plant, but does need to be careful. The tanks, Ardee looking actually ahead here. He's on his 2nd War Factory, so a War Factory advantage here. Guts in and grabs that Desolator, very nice. And Luke really can't afford to be spamming the Desolators, so trading drones for Desos right now for Ardee is a very nice move here. And Ardee definitely with the momentum here. Ardee now forward barracks, forward bunker. A bit surprising. I'd be expecting to see Ardee kind of try to be pushing here a bit more as the 3rd War Factory comes out. See Ardee kind of posturing up in the center here, harassing these tents, harassing these oils, and trying to force Luke just to be a little bit more uncomfortable here. As Ardee Ardee should be coming into a very comfortable tank advantage now. 4 War Factories, 2-1. Yeah, it definitely makes a big difference here. Oh, Alex Stew with the sub. I totally missed that one. That was an hour ago. He's gone. Alex, thanks for the sub, buddy. If you're still here, truly appreciate it. Man, we've had a lot going on today. A lot to keep up with. Good day of games. All right, so now the speed crates. Pretty funny. It does give you a nice little edge here. Well, I mean, I guess it evens out if both players have it, but especially on this map with these 3 different zones, the speed crates, so your army can hop from one to the other. I think it's pretty nice. Desolator's on the bottom now, so it's how Luke's going to try to zone out this area so that he can try to focus up here. He doesn't want Ardee to start splitting off. Ardee certainly has the tanks to do it here. So Ardee, 4 War Factories now, the Battle Lab out, Nuclear Reactor behind it, and the Kurov down the middle. So Luke's going to have to switch over to flak tracks here, and in the process of doing that, it's going to throw him off his rhino numbers even more. Now, if you look at the rhinos actually right now, Ardee's not that far ahead, and that's because I think Ardee's been bottoming out a little bit. Ardee going heavy War Factories and heavy tech just at the 4-minute mark here. Very tough on an economy, but Ardee's keeping up at the moment and getting everything he wants as the Iron Curtain comes out. Desolator's now in the middle. Ardee's drones down to react. That Kurov's going to take the oil. Yeah, gets 1 oil. Not too much value there. Luke trying to take a bite on the top side, and Ardee throws the Desos up there, and Ardee going to stay in the middle. Flak Troopers out now, and we get in the water for Ardee. So a Dreadnought will be coming here, and Luke's going to need to find a way to counter that. That Dreadnought's going to go to work. There's not enough anti-air. Oh, nice forward flak cannon. That should help with the Dreadnoughts. Yeah, Ardee running an economy on a very fine line right now as he brings out another War Factory. I don't think he can afford to do that. He's going to need to slow down his production here. He's trying to pump Desolators. He's trying to pump drones. He's trying to pump Dreadnoughts. And it's putting him broke, which is going to give Luke a chance to catch up here on tanks. So now the Tesla coil, this Tesla coil is to protect the Dreadnoughts. Ooh, and just out of range. And look at that, the Dreadnought's just out of range. Wow, so these guys, and now the Dreadnoughts shooting. Wow, very, very interesting battle here. The Iron Curtain for Ardee hits the drones, and coming for the tanks, Luke tries to run, eats quite a few drones there on the bottom, and I think Ardee's going to use that to pry things open and now push in behind. Ardee still with lots of Ardee's drones doing work here. That IC drone, Paf would be very, very proud, getting a ton of value out of it. Now Ardee just going to click down these tanks and should be able to pull home this game. As the Cure Ops come out from Luke, a little bit too late. The Dreadnoughts need to be clicking buildings. Luke might try to play this one out just because the Kurovs are coming, but the Kurovs are his only hope right now as the drones come in from behind. Ardee's Dreadnoughts need to be going to work here on the top side, but doesn't really matter. Ardee spamming the flak tracks to counter the Kurovs, and this is the Ardee we know and love right here. Very, very nice victory, point number 1, and a very diverse look from Ardee, bringing some really, really interesting unit combos there. And you know, the nice tech push combined with those war factories, and you saw Ardee never got super rich, right? And sometimes, you know, we're so used to players just overcommitting to their economy. If they don't have 10K, we're scared. But ultimately, you know, game theory optimal is to keep your money hovering. If you have 10, 15K in the mid-late game, you're probably overproducing your economy. So Ardee with a very, very technical and dialed-in build there, hovering his money, not going. I mean, he was going broke a little bit, but ultimately able to keep up a lot of war factories and a lot of tech. Very nice first point for Ardee. Switching over to Allied versus Allied now. Now we got, yeah, interesting. Allied versus Allied now. This one's gonna be interesting. Ardee definitely showing that he knows this map well, even after taking that week off. He's definitely looking very dialed in, playing the map well, looking so strong as Soviet. He certainly had a plan. Knowing Ardee, he's gonna have a plan here for Allied as well. It's gonna come down to whether or not Luke has a plan he can execute a little bit faster, and ultimately if he can counter what Ardee's doing. Ardee gives looks that are a little bit different than other players. I think it's throwing Luke off here a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see what Ardee brings. We'll see what Luke can bring to counter as Luke takes the control of that bottom hot zone first. Ardee now bringing out, like I said, Ardee wild card, man. He's bringing out the wacky stuff here. GI, IFVs, GGVs. Yeah, needs to be careful here. This is a really, really tough. You just lose to Grizzlies. You know, you do whatever you want with the IFVs. It's really, really tough to not lose to Grizzlies, which obviously is kind of what makes or breaks the game. So Luke gets in, takes down the wall. Now the GI's behind it. Okay, so now the sniper IFV out. Not really enough infantry, I think, to warrant that, but losing that power plant is going to be unfortunate. These mirrored matches, the little things like that make a difference, but already Luke has a group of Grizzlies that I think could probably push here. Now Luke going to bring out some GGVs as well. Now Ardee going to try to pay back the favor here. Going to get down and try to. He is going to grab that oil. Wow, or that power, and uncontested from Luke. It's surprising to see that Luke's not going to flex his Grizzly numbers here a little bit. At least try to make Ardee pay a couple tanks for that. Ardee now pushing into this. Oh yeah, no, Ardee. Okay, Ardee is sitting good on his Grizzlies. Ardee going to take another tech now. Surprised to see what Luke. You know, you'd expect Luke to either try to engage this or Luke to try to maybe feint down the middle. So now Luke does come in. Maybe Luke just trying to wait for his reinforcements to come here. Now Ardee again. Ardee cannot afford to switch over to this oil. And the elite IFV comes out for Ardee, but his army does go down. So now this elite IFV is pretty much kind of a lone ranger right now. Ardee now brings the second wave here with the Grizzlies on the bottom side, dives on the AFC, and Ardee's paying a lot right now, but he is getting some value. Now, counter punch time for Luke. We'll see what he can make happen here. All right, crates out now. Ardee in a position to grab them all. Now that's an elite IFV with a speed crate, which means I think it just hovers. Maybe it just vanishes. It's just a chrono IFV now. So Ardee now committing to Rockies. Ardee on 5K, Luke on 8K. Luke bringing out the second AFC. Both players playing their anti-air pretty good. The Eagles not getting too much done here. Patriot missiles, these Rockies in zone of the Patriot missiles is not good. Those Rockies are all going to go down for Ardee. Not loving that. Luke a little slow to respond here. I'd like to see a pillbox come in. He has the money for it, possibly some defensive eagles. Ardee with very nice unit control, clicking down those units. Both players struggling financially here a little bit. Rockies over, sends these Rockies in, and Luke is not gapped. Oh. Wow. And Ardee looking for gaps in the armor and finds one. That's because taking 4 oils from a broke opponent who's on tech tanks and Rockies is very, very nice late game. And Ardee again in with the Eagles and another nice hit. Dives on another oil, and both these guys just targeting each other's economy so heavy here and moving into the late game being broke, not the position you want to be in. Ardee just keeps sacrificing his Rockies, which ultimately I guess has worked well. The Eagles hit it, so now Luke does get that hit, and he's gonna All right, attempt number 47 to crack into Luke's base from Ardee. Is this the one to do it? The Navy SEAL, you think that's the move? Gonna go right at the MCV. Oh, the MCV's running. So annoying. All right, now the Rockies. Now he doesn't have anti-air. He does go, oh my God, he's not low power. He gets his power back online. Oh my God, the longest blitz game of all time. Luke. I think Luke wins this. Wow, and Ardee now bringing his MCV as fodder. He's gonna throw the MCV in front. He throws the MCV in front. It absorbs some prism bolts. It's not enough though. Ardee's army gets melted. Ardee quits out. Luke takes that one home. Oh my God. The longest game of all time. It was a 20-minute allied versus allied. Quite the barn burner and quite the comeback from Luke to stay in it. That's why he's a Jedi, man. The mental fortitude to stay in a 20-minute game and pull off a comeback like that. Very, very impressive. Yeah, these guys, they should get a little break. They should go get a glass of water, eat a sandwich. I think that's a pretty good idea. All right, so the GI rush from Ardee straight down the gut. That's not what we've been seeing on this map. Usually you're bringing the GIs around the outside. But yeah, Ardee coming right down the gut. Maybe feeling a little restless after that last point. Wants to get a quick one on the board here. The GI's doing work, and it's not stopping. Keeping on that barracks. Ardee's still pumping them. He's got the Grizzlies behind now. A couple elite conscripts, a bit annoying as the sentry gun's out from Luke. Luke is a tried and true GI rusher himself. He knows exactly how to counter it, and that is spamming sentry guns. It's definitely the way to do it. All right, so sentry gun spam, gonna counter that GI rush. Yeah, baited a few sentry guns. Hard to say, the GIs cost money, the sentry guns cost money. It's probably about a wash as Ardee now bounced around to the top side, and another sentry gun from Luke. Ardee needs to get away from that sentry gun. He's gonna try to click it down here and does, but now needs to run away from those rhinos. Ardee a little bit slow to reinforce here, gets the rest of his Grizzlies up. If Ardee can get a pillbox, he could engage that position. Luke pulls back now, and Ardee dead broke. Yeah, there's a cost. There's definitely a cost to that early GI rush. Okay, so, yeah, I expect to see Luke continue his press here. Going to click into these tanks. Some fodder involved, some GIs. Nice pillbox, but yeah, Ardee needs to be careful here. So Ardee now on 2K. Ardee has another pillbox ready here if he needs it, and there it is, right. Ooh, perfect pillbox. You throw that pillbox right in front of the tanks. All of Luke's tanks auto-target the pillbox. Then you jump in. All your Grizzlies get a free punch. Very, very nice maneuver there from Ardee. Does hold that position against these rhinos, which are going to be getting scarier here by the second. As you expect to see another War Factory from Luke here very shortly. And Ardee not going early AFC. That's kind of the allied you'd expect from Ardee. We're seeing more just kind of Grizzlies and fodder here, trying to go tank for tank and using the GIs to slow things down as well. I don't love the GIs. I think it'd be better for Ardee to try to be spamming pillboxes in this position. This map's just so big, it's hard to get value out of those GIs. You see him just a little late to the party right now. But that's a good pillbox on the front side. And wow, and Ardee does get the GIs down, but the dog cleans a few of them up. And Ardee, wow, going toe-to-toe with these rhinos. Very, very nice. But, I mean, it's a tough position. The fact that he's still alive right now is impressive. That oil goes down, takes a lot of GIs with it. And this rhino punch, I don't think is going to be slowed at this point. 2 eagles are coming in. They do grab. Oh, they do get one. Oh, the GI's doing some work as well. Man, Ardee fighting tooth and nail, but now Luke on 4 war factories. The Rhino Storm is not stopping anytime soon. Luke going to be rolling through this point. I think Ardee going to head downfield, try to get some offensive value. He could have tried to use those eagles defensively, but I don't know. If you don't try to slow him down, it's just going to happen. So yeah, I think we're going to see Ardee go down the gut here. He's going to go for the MCV. He's only got 4 tanks to do it. Don't think he's going to get the MCV here. And now running as his GIs go topside. Just trying to confuse Luke into slowing down his punch. If Luke realizes what's going on here, Luke can just go right down the middle and clean him up. Luke's just radically ahead across the board right now on Rhino numbers with a 3-way split, top, middle, and bottom from Luke. He's got all tanks in all 3 zones right now, or more tanks in all 3 zones. All right, here we go. Now Sov versus Allied. Yeah, so now Ardee with Soviet. We'll see if he can do the same thing. Now Ardee's scaring me a little bit. Ardee's been a bit too predictable. This is how Ardee's opened Soviet on this map all day long. Barracks on the top side, War Factory on the top side, early pressure on the machine shop. This scares me a little bit just because it's getting a little bit predictable, and it does put him out of position to protect his MCV, also out of position to protect the bottom tech as well. So Superdog on the backside going to slow down. Oh, slows down Ardee's a conscript rush a little bit. Now Ardee in with the conscripts, in with the Rhino as well. And so Luke's going to give him the machine shop, totally gives up the top. Well, he's going to spam pillboxes in the top zone, go in the bottom and take the power plant. Very early game like this, I'm not... Oh, the dog's doing so much work for Luke. Ardee loses all of those conscripts. Now Ardee sells off that sentry gun. So Ardee loses the power plant. So yeah, that engagement on the top side. Yeah, and now Ardee gonna head right down the gut here. Goes through the pillbox, goes through the tent. Now 4 smoking rhinos. Has to be very, very careful here in this engagement. I think Ardee's tanks are gonna start popping here. We click down these grizzlies. That rhino's gonna take a few pillbox hits on the way. Nope, it does get through. All right, so now Ardee's up right now. Ardee's up on tanks. Just needs to be a little bit careful. Needs to avoid these pillboxes. Does not want to engage a pillbox right now. Does get out of range of the pillbox. Now going to go to work on the MCV. Oh, and it's a good bounce out. A weaker player there would have probably committed that MCV and not gotten it, lost their army and lost the game. I personally would have made that mistake there. That MCV was just too juicy. Maybe Ardee, you know, I think Ardee had maybe a 20% chance of getting it there. So there is a calculation to be made. Like if Ardee's down, then you take those more risky things. But I think Ardee's a little bit, he's comfortable with his position right now, so he's not willing to make that like crazy kind of risk. As he cleans up the power plant and now going to clean up this oil. GI's coming over to defend, not going to work. Ardee does lose his fodder with that oil hit though, which is a bit unfortunate. So Luke spamming these pillboxes, spamming the infantry, now pushing AFC and Eagles. Luke does put himself pretty broke here. Ardee on 3 war factories. If Ardee can maintain his economy here on these 3 war factories, he's going to get a really, really nice Rhino lead here and should be able to get some value. The Eagles coming to work now. Yeah, Ardee's going to clean up those pillboxes, open up that zone, and Luke's going to be looking to go right down the gut. Yeah, this is exactly what you expect. Ardee very, very slow to respond here. Ardee probably should... Ooh, and Luke holds up there. Luke holds up. Wow, I thought Luke was going to be able to get in and get something done there. Ardee did not respond quick enough, but apparently quick enough. As the GIs and GGIs go topside. So that, it was just kind of a feint, I guess, there, and the feint did work. It pulled Ardee off the machine shop, which Luke was able to save. Ardee with a little bit bad tank control there as the rhinos get pathed a little wacky, but the good news is they are rhinos. So now pushing in, these grizzlies needs to be careful. That prism tank getting a lot of value here. No fodder in the mix though. Ardee clicking down those tanks. The grizzlies melt, and that's going to be GG. It looks like the Eagles trying to do something downfield, not going to be enough. The rhino numbers are just too strong here. Ardee closing out this game nicely. AFC goes down. Luke stuck now with just a barracks, but of course Luke will not be quitting, because he's a Jedi. He sends the GIs on the top side. See how quickly Ardee can respond. He has a radar out. A single Desolator will completely win this game because Luke is stuck building infantry. What a barn burner. Wait, have we had all barn burners today? Legend, all barn burners today? Wow. Legend, we got to get you in here versus Marsh, man. Marsh needs his rematch. What was the score in that game? Do you remember? All right, Desolators down the center now. So yeah, Luke got this. Desolators. Oh, the sniper is out now. That's his only sniper. So he doesn't have the AFC. So he doesn't have the yeah, it's his only sniper. So Ardee, Luke, yeah, Luke got this. Yeah, 4 lights, I'm with you. The Kurov's out, the Dreadnought's coming. Luke, hey, Luke, after the comeback in that last point, Luke can do whatever he wants. If Luke wants to finish this point, we'll let him finish the point.
Kirov reporting.
Yep, the GGIs. He's only got 1 sniper right now. It's a vet sniper though. That sniper's gonna go elite in a second. Okay, what's the move here? Luke, he's a Jedi. He can do anything. There's literally no anti-air. All right. And Luke does finally quit out. Ardee takes it home. And is that our 3rd barn burner of the day, boys? Going down to match point again. What a day to be alive, boys. Got ourselves a barn burner down here to the 5th point match point. Both players choosing their factions. Both players going Soviet. That's what these guys have been getting their wins with. Makes sense. Now we'll see if Ardee does that same opening. Goes Barracks, War Factory on the top side. No, he is going to mix it up this time. So now Barracks on the bottom. And we shall see. These guys know each other well, and they both played a couple games today, so they've seen each other, they're warmed up, and it all comes down to this. What a banger, boys. Quick reminder, if you're enjoying this action, you think, hey, I want to be a pro Blitz World Series player, you should. It all starts by getting the game downloaded, coming and playing. We got Quick Match now. Quick Match, you can queue up and play Blitz 24/7, any time of the day or night. You queue up, you play people of your skill level. Well, hopefully people of your skill level are online. If you queue up and it's just Luke online, you'll be stuck playing him. That's why we need more new players of all levels playing Quick Match. It's really fun, guys. You can download the game for 20 bucks, get set up, and come play in about 10 minutes. Highly recommend it. And plus, we got tournaments every month for players of all skill levels. Even if you're brand new, we got Division 6 just for you. So, Luke does get over and grabs Ardee's tent. That is a lapse in judgment in an unfortunate scenario, as Luke now spamming the conscripts, Ardee spamming the conscripts, even on tanks, even on fodder. The dog's now out for Luke to counter the conscripts. So if your opponent goes heavy conscripts, Kane taught me that lesson, bring out the dogs. Now Ardee just trying to edge him out here, needs to be careful. Luke might be looking to go downfield. Yeah, so Luke feels like he can hold this with sentry guns. He's gonna head downfield here. He takes the conscripts out of that tent. The conscripts come shooting out of the tent, but Ardee bounces back to defend. Very, very tight. Very, very tight right now. Luke with the dog fodder advantage right now. But Ardee slightly ahead on tanks as he brings out the 2nd War Factory. Okay, and now, oh, the sentry gun's doing a lot of work right there. Ardee clicking down those tanks, though. Ardee keeping the push on. Ardee now finally pulling off here. Oh my god, oh my god. All right, so, oh my god, that tent is so annoying. The tent takes a tank. All right, now Luke pushing in behind it. Luke with the fodder advantage, but Ardee slightly ahead on tanks, and Ardee with flawless tank control right now. You see very, very few shells hitting the dogs in these engagements. Ardee all day has just really been on point. But Luke, man, Luke's a Jedi. Luke's a Jedi. And after that comeback in point number 2, you can't, yeah, really, really difficult to say where this one's going to go. These guys have just been at each other's throats in so many quick and wacky back and forths now. Tons of conscripts coming from Luke. The radar out and the forward barracks, so there's going to be a Desolator right on the front lines. That's going to get rid of all of those conscripts and slow things down. Now, with the Desolators in the middle here, I thought maybe we'd see Ardee bounce to the outside, but now Ardee now pushing in behind his Desolators. Ooh, sends him right into the sentry guns. Out in a bunker. Very, very quick move from Luke. Quick thinking to grab that bunker, try to get some value out of those conscripts before they inevitably die in a pit of deso fluid. Deso fluid? Oh, radiation. That's what you call it. I call it deso fluid. All right, now Rhino's bouncing to the top side. Bunker comes out. I think he thought that was a sentry gun. Sometimes you hit that hotkey and you forget what you've been doing. Now engagement here on the top side. Ardee very, very nice. Both players out many dogs in this group. And yeah, and Luke not willing to engage here. Ardee now going to grab the MCV for free. Now Ardee has to be careful. The counter punch is going to come. I think Luke will look to send downfield here, but Ardee heavily out tanking. Luke a little bit questionable. He tries to bring the Desolators over. Oh, but Ardee doesn't fall for the trap. Luke was trying to bait him into those Desolators. Ardee is ahead right now. Ardee going to pull back and just regroup here. The counter punch is going to come. Luke is now in the pressure cooker without the MCV. Trying to press in. Ardee now switching over to drones and Desos, the expected move here. Slow things down. No reason to make a mistake. No reason to blunder. Luke now over to drones as well to clean out these Desolators, try to pry things open. Ardee puts his army out of a little bit out of range here. Gets him down in this corner. Does open up a bit of a base exchange, but Ardee's just not really worried about it because Luke doesn't have enough tanks right now. So Ardee can just, I would have liked to see Ardee just continue that push, click down the war factories, build drones on the backside, but yeah, I mean, Ardee's come so far today. He knows how slippery Luke has been. Luke Ardee with some crazy comebacks today. So yeah, Ardee playing a little bit safe here, but Luke now pushing in behind these Desolators. The Desolators go down, the drones to clean them up. Ardee does a pretty good job bouncing off the radiation, but finds another Desolator and now goes into the bunker. Ardee has to be very careful right now. His tanks are going down. A lot of smoking tanks as he goes into a sentry gun, and Ardee's army's going down. The elite comes out for Ardee. Oh, the elite comes out, and the elite for Luke now, and Luke slightly ahead on this exchange. Ardee with a storm of drones behind though, and Luke clawing his way into this game. Ardee definitely with the momentum. Luke without an MCV. The longer this game goes, it's certainly going to go in Ardee's favor. The ball is in Luke's court to make something happen, but how? How do you make something happen with Desos and drones when you don't have tech? He's going to send the conscripts in front. Now the conscripts can counter the drones, but they can't counter the Desolators. Luke going to bounce to the top side now, try to get away from those Desolators, try to make something happen, but Ardee's on what, 1 million war factories? He lost that army, he's got another army behind it. Luke now switching over to my strategy, which I'm a huge fan of, obviously, sending terrorists, which actually counter drones very nicely. But Ardee, look at this storm of tanks. Luke, even the Jedi, I don't think is going to be able to get out of this one. Nice Desos on the top side, not going to be enough though. The tanks coming in for Ardee, he can just kind of click down. He's going to click down the tanks, could just take the war factories to close this out. And there it goes. Ardee takes it home. And I got the cool animation. You guys ready for it? You guys ready for it? Wait till he officially wins. Then we're going to smash the Iron Man animation. Come on, Ardee, close it out, buddy. The Iron Man, hungry. 2 power plants left. He's on a lot of radiation. A lot of radiation. It goes down. Ardee takes it home.